George Russell came to Monaco on the back foot, but after qualifying, it's like he's properly on the ropes. He was as near as makes no difference 4/10 away from his teammate at Monaco, the shortest circuit on the F1 calendar. That is a serious problem for him. 4/10 in Monaco with equal machinery is an absolute lifetime. Even more so when your teammate is only 19 years old and you've got 6 years more experience in an F1 car than him. I think most of us probably thought that the dynamic of the Merc drivers this year would very much be Russell as the main priority and Kimi there to learn from and back up George, similar to last year. But it's not going that way at all. It looks more like the Padawan is schooling the master. I think that Kimi has seen that Mercedes have got a championship winning car and he's straight away decided no holding back, elbows out, I'm going for it, because this could be the only chance that I get. Because by next year, or even the end of this year, the other teams could have caught up or even overtaken them. Looking back at Canada and how the team let them race, and there were some properly close and dicey moments, I wonder if they'll let that carry on until there's an inevitable collision, because it's only a matter of time. And surely at some stage, Mercedes are going to have to think about who to actually prioritise in the championship effort. The gap between their drivers is already 43 points, and the other teams are starting to catch them up. Max Verstappen was less than half a tenth away from Kimi in qualifying, and both the Ferraris are hot on their tail as well. How long can they afford to wait until they put all of their bets on Kimi and decide that Russell's just going to be the backup? Or is it a bit too early in the season to be thinking that way? I mean, looking at things now, they don't have the advantage of the compression ratio loophole, which gave their engine the extra power anymore, and the development race is in full swing. It is entirely possible that the other top running teams could catch up with them and put them under some serious pressure. Look at the title decider last year. It went down to the wire, and McLaren were so dominant for the first half of that season with their car, but Red Bull made some big improvements throughout the year and had Max Verstappen hunting them down to the very last race. And you have to think, if Zach Brown had picked a driver to focus on earlier in the season instead of being overly diplomatic, maybe it wouldn't have been that close and they could have secured the championship much earlier. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the fact that they didn't show favouritism and they let Lando and Oscar fight fairly and properly. It was one of the most exciting seasons that we've seen. And with the final race as the decider with a potential one of 3 drivers that could have won, that was very rare and from my point of view, the pinnacle of entertainment. But what I'm saying is, from a team point of view, do Mercedes look at that and learn from it and think, how long can we actually let things just unravel and hope that it works out for us? It's only a matter of time until there's disputes and tantrums between George and Kimi. I mean, the tension will be getting higher and higher each week. And it looks like George might be starting to feel the pressure. His Italian stallion teammate taking pole position while he sits in only 6th is potentially the first signs of that. And he's currently having to watch Kimi run away with the championship that he probably thinks that he deserves, or he's the rightful successor. He's waited all of these years for a championship winning car, which it looks like he finally has, but now he's being outclassed by a 19-year-old. The advantage that Kimi now has going into the race at Monaco is unfathomable. So it's very, very likely that Kimi will extend the championship lead that he has on George if it all goes well for him in the race. I think George has a serious problem here, but let's see what happens. If he doesn't start performing soon, he will lose this championship, and it could be the only chance that he gets. And how long will it be until Mercedes just put him on the shelf? Honourable mentions for qualifying go to Max Verstappen for an almost pole position and matching his best for this year so far in qualifying. Red Bull really needed that after a very tough start to the season. And Sergio Perez for not only qualifying 6/10 faster than his teammate, but also for qualifying above one of the Haas cars and positioning himself out of the clutches of the Astons. Unfortunately, Monaco daddy Lance Stroll qualified 7/10 behind his teammate Alonso, and dead last place. Look, he just had a big lunch and was carrying some extra weight. I'm sure he'll be slinging overtakes into the chicane again like last year. Just you wait. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks so much for watching. And if you feel like it, put your predictions for the race in the comments. And as ever, if you enjoyed the video and you enjoy my content, please do hit the like and the subscribe button. It is the best way to support my channel. Cheers.